Hello, how are you?
Hi, fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm okay, I'm okay. I'm calling you from a really dark, rainy Scotland.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I
It's
hope it's a
dark
little
and rainy
nicer.
here as well, so I just have
Okay.
like the ring light.
Me too, me too. We're in this together. Well,
I'm terrified, 'cause if there's nothing left of you and me, there's nothing left of me. You said this love would never die, but now there's nothing left, and honestly, you.
carries quite a lot of emotion for all of us because it's from the year that never happened, and
Yeah.
how do you kind of look back on attention now?
Oh, I love attention, and that was that made the whole writing a new song quite difficult because attention. I loved attention. A lot of the fans loved attention, and it was a special song for me. And like maybe the year that I feel like I found my sound actually as an artist, and it was a special year, like for all of us. So
Yeah.
attention is really close to my heart, and I still get like videos of people singing to attention in the car and stuff, and I love that.
So do you kind of feel at peace with the fact that it's a great song and it's out there and people can still enjoy it, I suppose, but it didn't go as we all kind of planned. Um, so I
Yeah, just
think, sorry.
no, just I mean, it was difficult because that was the song I really wanted to represent Norway with, and how people loved it made like it was even worse that everything was canceled. But I mean, now I'm at peace with it, and a lot of great things have happened like the last years, and I'm just always trying to stay positive and think positive about life, even when it's really hard to do that. But now we have a song that I love just as much as attention, so it's okay.
Another track I'd love to mention is Falling Apart, because obviously you made your MGP return as a kind of a guest performer with that song, and it was just such a banger and just
Thank
so
you.
iconic. Um, you know, were you ever tempted to kind of keep Falling Apart as the track that you returned as a competitor with?
We kind of the song is 3 minutes long as well, so we
Yeah.
had like it just felt like we're going back to Melodi Grand Prix with just being like the guest performance, but we wanted it to be in the whole MGP universe, so that's why it's 3 minutes long, and it could be it's like inspired by Euphoria and all the
Yeah.
great Eurovision bangers, and so that was important for us. But I knew that like mentally I wasn't ready to come back because of everything in 2020, and like in Norway, we had like in the final, we had the voting system failed in 2020 as well. And that was a huge thing here in Norway. And like all the press, it was like super chaotic and everything. So it was just a lot happening that year. So when it got canceled, I was like, okay, I think I need to take a step back. I need to breathe, do something else because doing representing Norway, you have to be mentally prepared for it. You have to be ready for it because it's a lot of work and doing it when you're not like in that state of mind, it's no good. So I just like I need to be ready, need to get a new song, like do something else. So I'm really glad that I didn't come back and tried in 2021. So this was good for me. I'm super ready and super
You're ready.
excited, and yes, I'm so ready, and and I haven't felt that since 2020. So this was the perfect time for me to come back because I'm so hungry.
Yeah. And honestly, like what a song. It is so powerful, and reading a little bit about the story behind it. I mean, it's so touching,
Yeah.
even as someone that's not experienced that to read. Would you be able to kind of elaborate a little bit on the writing process and how honestly kind of came to life?
Yeah, because in 2022, I watched the press conference for MGP. And then I was watching it and I was like, okay, I'm ready. I need to
Mhm.
come back. So I called my manager, like, this is the time, I'm ready. We have to go in the studio. So we booked some sessions with people that we love. And we knew that coming back, the song, the story, the emotions, it had to be raw, authentic and real. And it had to mean something for me, because you're singing the song like 1,000 times and you're talking about it. So it has to mean something, and hopefully mean something to the ones listening to the song. So we got in the studio and we were like thinking, okay, what to write about? We could like go in the whole, oh, 2020 was bad, now I'm back again
Mhm.
fighting. But that didn't feel right, because everyone, when we're coming back, they know that we want to fight for winning again. So, and then in 2020, when everything was happening with the voting system failing and COVID hitting and being Eurovision being cancelled, I lived with my manager Christoffer, and he lost his dad to cancer one day after that Eurovision was cancelled when we got the news. So living together and going through the ups and downs, it was a bit too much for us, and we cope with sorrow and difficult things in life very, very different. So we didn't know how to talk to each other, and that was like we almost lost each other as friends and co-workers, but mostly as friends. That was the most important thing. Um, in all of this, we are friends and not co-workers. And so like in the panic of realizing that we're losing each other because we didn't talk to each other at all. We couldn't be in the same room. In all of that, the panic that we felt was so intense, and I guess I think a lot of people can relate to that around the world, like being afraid of losing someone that they love, um, and and also not knowing how to talk to a person that's going through something difficult. Like when people are dying, you don't know how what to say, or if people are getting sick, you're afraid of saying something that will make it worse, so you end up saying nothing, and that's even worse in the end. So it was just like so many emotions and so much stuff going on, and but in the end we got back to each other, and so that was when we were in the studio, because Christoffer was also a part of he's a part of the writing team. So we were like, okay, that's something we think people can relate to, that feels important for us, and that's something we want to write about. And that's how Honestly was born.
Amazing. It's quite a story. It really is. Um,
Yeah.
so obviously you mentioned Christopher was part of the writing process. When the track was all kind of mixed and mastered and completely finished, did you feel a sort of pressure in telling your story and making sure that, you were both happy with it and you both were really kind of, 100% behind the song?
Yeah, and especially that because it's so personal, just not for me, but Christopher is telling his story to everyone, to the whole world, about losing his father, and it's super personal. And maybe because for him, like the whole thing we were struggling with is that he didn't let me in. He didn't talk about his feelings. So, and now he's talking about his feelings to the whole world. So I'm super, super proud of him. And we've already gotten so many messages about people saying like, oh, they can relate and they're so thankful for the song and thankful for Christopher sharing his story. And but it was a lot of pressure because uh more pressure than attention, because it was so personal for the both of us. And but we were super happy in the end. But it has been a long journey getting to the where everyone is happy, because we like the song has taken so many directions and so many things have been happening. But and when you work for a long time with a song, at some point you're like, oh, this is not good, and the next week you're like, oh,
Yeah.
this is amazing, and you just like, it's so up and down, because yeah, you're working on it for way too long. But at some point we just had to like, okay, this is good, we have to breathe and just listen to it and take a step back. Like, this is the song Relax.
Um, so obviously now you've got the song that's kind of done and dusted. It's the performance that we're all excited for. So can you tell me anything about
Yeah.
how it's going to look in a live setting? Maybe the lighting or the staging or your outfit?
Yeah, well, like the most important thing for me, as it was with Attention as well, the song. it's the most important thing. The lyrics, uh, the story. So that's what I want to focus on. I don't want too many things taking the attention away from that. See what I did there? Attention. So that's like the main part. So I want it to be a kind of clean and focus on telling the story like with my face and with my voice. But I will be at some point I will be joined by people on stage. I can say that.
Is it
And I can
subwoofer?
say that that's a good one. No, I will not be getting any bananas on stage. Uh, and the outfit, it's a dress, I can say that. It sparkles, but this time it's we wanted it to be more vulnerable.
Okay.
Like the song, I wanted it to like represent the song because the attention dress was quite strong and like power, and this is a bit more vulnerable and yes, soft in a way.
Okay.
So that's what I can tell you.
That is good. I'm excited.
Yeah,
You mentioned the dress. That got me thinking, you know, the gold dress from Attention, do you still have that?
I still have that. Yes,
Yeah.
it's my own dress. So I've used it to my Christmas concerts and a lot of things. So it's been worn since it's a way too good to just be laying in the
Yeah, of
closet. So
course.
I'm using it.
So we mentioned Subwoofer. That kind of gets me onto Ben Adams. And Tobago, who produced the track. Um, what were your thoughts on last year's entrance Subwoofer? Did you like it? Was it your sort of thing?
I loved Subwoofer, and I don't know who's underneath the mask. That's what we all are wondering about. I did the Masked Singer in Norway. I won the first season, so I'm all about going with the flow and just like we don't know who's
Embrace
underneath the
it.
mask. I'm embracing it. I love it. But I think it was a really fun number and like it was so much happening in the world last year and is still happening. And sometimes it's good to have something a fun and light, just to have those moments where you can just breathe a bit and not think about everything that's happening in the world. So it's that I love that about Eurovision, that there's so many different songs, so many different meanings. Like some songs are super, the meaning is super important, and some songs you can just laugh and dance. And I think that's what everyone loves about Eurovision, that it's something for every mood.
Yeah, I think that idea that you can have like a really powerful ballad and then you can go into something that's just totally manic and a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
And it is that kind of emotional roller coaster, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing.
So thinking of the rest of the competitors, it's a really, really good year for MGP. Who are you particularly excited to watch perform as a fan and as a viewer?
Oh yeah, yeah, the songs this year is so good. So I'm like super nervous and I really have to sing good now. I have to work hard. But I love that for Melodi Grand Prix. It's really good that people are taking it seriously and writing good songs, and I just love that for the competition. But I'm super excited for Kate Gudbrandsen. I'm really excited because also Kjetil Mørland, who wrote Attention, has written that one.
Okay.
And I know a lot of the contestants. So I'm so excited just to see everyone because I kind of know everyone, most of them. So it's like everyone is rooting for each other, and I think we will see a really lot of different shows, and so I think it will be good. I haven't seen that much when I was in the studio having my rehearsal today. I didn't see so much else, but I saw some things that I think it will be a super, super good show on Saturday.
Exciting. I
Yeah.
need to ask, obviously, so the end goal here is Liverpool. Have you been to the UK before?
I actually, the attention dress, I bought it in London.
Oh, okay.
It's a redesign from London. So I've been to London and I love musicals. So I've been there and seen some musicals, and but I've never been to Liverpool. But my boyfriend is a football fan, so he will join.
Well, you can
Yeah.
take in a football game next time. Yeah.
I said if we are going to Liverpool, your focus needs to be on me and not the football.
I mean, you can have Eurovision, you can have the football. Maybe that worked.
Yeah,
Uh,
a bit of both.
so I would love to finish up with just a really quick fire, getting to know Ulrike, little Q&A, and just first thing that pops into your head, nothing too tricky.
Oh,
Hopefully it'll be
scary.
okay.
Yes.
So I would love to know a Eurovision song that you wish you had written.
Euphoria.
Um, One thing that you own that you should get rid of.
Uh, oh, that's a difficult one. Something I own I should get rid of. Uh, my vacuum. What's it called? I should
Um,
not be. That's boring.
it is, get rid of it.
Get rid of-
Your favorite movie?
My favorite movie. I don't like movies, or I like TV shows.
Okay, go series, go
Yeah,
series.
yeah.
Um,
My favorite.
yeah, yeah.
My favorite TV show. Game of Thrones.
Okay. Your all-time favorite Eurovision act?
My all-time favorite. Oh, I'm a sucker for Alexander Rybak.
Yeah, National
I
Pride.
was so in love.
Um, Banger or ballad?
Banger when I'm not singing it myself.
Okay. Your biggest fear?
Losing someone I love.
Favorite animal?
Dog.
If you could visit any other time period?
Wow.
That's a big one, yeah.
That's a big one. Like I would love to have like the huge dresses and like way back. What's the show called? Bridgerton. What time is
Oh,
that
like
from?
sort of Victorian. Is it Victorian?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think
You're,
that was a good time if you were rich. I think it was a good time if you were wealthy. And yeah.
yeah. I think
So
like that's any time in history, isn't it? You know, you want
yeah,
to be one
yeah,
of the,
probably.
the wealthy.
Probably.
Your worst habit.
My, my worst habit, I'm a bit of an overthinker.
Okay.
Can you
The
say that in English?
most yeah,
Overthinker?
yeah,
Yeah.
overthinker, yeah.
Yeah.
The most starstruck you've ever been.
The most starstruck. I don't know. I have to ask my manager, do I get starstruck? When have I been like, oh, that's a difficult, you have some difficult questions.
What about Ben Adams? You know, in the
Ben Adams. Oh my God. Yes, 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 absolutely. But I've now I've learned to like be around him, so I'm calm now. So I just,
yeah, in the UK,
yeah.
like
But he's a
A1,
handsome fella.
we love A1 in the UK.
You know,
Um,
In Norway as well. He was
yeah.
huge.
Your favorite smell?
My favorite smell is flowers.
Nice. And the final one, who would play you in a film or TV
Who would
series?
play me in a film? Oh, the one with the bangs. Oh, I'm so bad at names. Oh, what's her name? Oh, she's so funny. Me saying
Um,
I'm so funny. How she
I'm
has to be funny.
hilarious.
A great actor with brown hair and bangs. I can't remember her name, but that one.
But she's won Oscars. She's funny. She's
Yeah,
multi-talented.
she's
We'll go with her.
amazing.
Um, well, thank you so much for taking the time to chat. And I really have my fingers crossed for you. And
Oh,
honestly,
thank you.
it's so good, and I really mean that. So yes,
Oh, thank you so much.
we'll be flying our Norwegian
Thank
flags
you.
for you.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Well, and hopefully, I'll see you in Liverpool. Fingers crossed.
Oh, yes, absolutely. That would be so much fun.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for talking to Culture Fix and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Sleep.